Micah, you're like fucking Eeyore, bro. You're like the Eeyore of centrism. All right, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm Micah Zoomer. Okay. EWGWHITE coming with the heat. I stay fooling with my
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Ryan. Joining me as always is Micah. What is up, buddy?
What's up, faggots?
Indeed. And today we have a very special guest. A man on the up-and-coming circuit, making great videos. His name's Collin Shumaker, stand-up comic and game show host. Colin, how are we doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. What's up with you guys?
Well, mostly this. Now look, you caught my attention recently when you posted a video of your brand new game show, NewlyPeds. And this is a hybrid of To Catch a Predator and trivia. And I was just wondering, how did you come up with this concept?
So originally I was doing this as a stand-up bit because I was like, To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen's always like, I just have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
I was like, it'd be funny if those questions were totally unrelated to them trying to fuck children.
Yeah.
So I was doing that as a bit, and as I was writing it out, I was like, it'd be funny if it was a trivia game show, like they have to answer them right.
That's honestly genius. Because one thing I always felt about the Chris Hansen show is that like there wasn't enough tension. Like we all knew what was going to happen, and you've kind of injected that element with your project, and I think that's great.
Thank you. But yeah, and then I was doing it as a stand-up bit. It was doing well, and and then I was going over to a buddy's house, and we were going to go. I wanted to go film homeless people and ask them political questions. like who did 9/11 and stuff. And he was like, oh, that's too dangerous. He's like, let's do your pedophile game show. And I was like, all right. Because he didn't think we were going to be able to catch one. So he was like, he just wanted to hang out. And we ended up actually getting one that night.
They're everywhere.
I know. Oh, believe you me, I know. I don't think
they're under your floorboards. They're in the ceiling. They're in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So we ended up actually meeting this guy, and I was like, fuck it, let's go for it. And you can tell, I mean, he is, my camera guy is scared as fuck. He was shaking the whole time.
He was standing a bit far back there, I noticed.
Yes, and we couldn't get the ISO right on my camera, so it looks like a fucking fever dream, but it is what it is.
Well, I think that the end product ended up perfect. It ended up fantastically, and I would like to actually play that for our viewers here today so they can get grill-pilled on what NewlyPeds is, so they can get behind this movement. So let's go ahead and watch.
This is the first time you've ever tried to meet a child for...
Yes.
It's called the NewlyPed Game. You had to get 3 out of 5 of these questions correctly, or we're going to call the police, okay?
Okay.
How we doing today? I'm doing great. What's that?
The weather out here is terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. What's your name?
My name is Bill.
Bill, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
I'm Colin. I'm the guy you saw the pictures of.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What are you doing out here today?
Nothing. Just come out here to say hi to somebody.
Just came out here to say hi to
Strong
somebody.
excuse.
Yeah. that somebody's me. Those
Okay,
are pictures of me as a child. So you're here to meet a child, huh?
No, I'm not here to meet a child.
Oh, you're here to meet a child.
No, I'm not.
We have all the pictures. Look, we'll call the police immediately if you don't stand here. Do a little interview with us.
Okay.
Okay? Does that sound fair?
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Imagine being so hard up for a child's butthole that you're willing to brave a literal fucking blizzard.
Yeah, this guy's a trooper.
Dude, yes. Yes, bro.
This is
yes.
an elite pedophile.
Yeah.
Special forces pedophile.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me, this concept, because they can't run away, right? Like,
Yeah.
the alternative is that they're just, going to jail, and they think, I have a way out of this. Obviously my lies aren't working, I'm floundering, I'm not being convincing, but maybe I can win this game. I'm willing to take chances side here and see what can happen.
That's the craziest thing, because like of the 5 that I've got to meet, only one of them fled the scene, and then he blew his brains out. So
All right. Well, we'll get into that after we finish out this video.
They love playing it. They think they have a chance. You're right.
Really, you're doing them a favor, you know?
It's a fun time in the interim.
Have you ever done this before?
No, I haven't.
This is the first time you've ever tried to meet a child for sex?
Yes.
Really? It's called the NewlyPed
Cap.
Game. You had to get
Okay.
3 out of 5 of these questions correctly. We're going to call the police, okay?
Okay.
In 2017, the Philadelphia Eagles had what record? What was their record?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. That's one strike. That's one question you got incorrectly.
It's tough.
Who starred in the film Titanic?
Leonardo DiCaprio and I don't know the lady's name. I don't know.
That's correct. He got one right. Hey, how about it? Hey, give me a high five, man. Give me a high five. He got one of them right. All right, you got to get at least 2 more questions correctly, or we'll be calling the cops on you today. Can you name a quarterback in NFL history?
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath. Yep. I'll take that. What was the name of the dog in
I
Up?
have no idea.
Oh, man.
Doug.
I'm surprised you
It was
didn't
Doug.
watch
Didn't
that
see
one.
Up.
I know,
Kid
dude.
must
He
have
didn't
been
see
too
Up.
fat
That's
for
2
him.
questions
He starred in it.
correct and 2 incorrect.
Okay.
You have to get 1 more correct. What is the age of consent in Utah?
18.
Wow, he got that one right.
Yep.
Maybe you rethink your life a little bit, huh?
Yep.
Maybe stop trying to meet children for sex, man.
I wouldn't be meeting him. I was going to see how old he was, really.
Yeah, no, you
I want
weren't.
to see how old he was. Going to see how old he was.
Yeah, right.
Bullshit.
Yeah, you're not fooling anybody.
I know. I was going to see how old he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your face is going to be out here. You're going to be online. People are going to know.
Hey.
Oh man. Now I've been a longtime fan of To Catch a Predator. I'm sure you have too.
Of course.
And you know, I find other pedophile hunting shows that have cropped up over the years since the original run, I find them to be rather garish because as opposed to Chris Hansen's calm and imposing stature, they're usually like fat MAGA guys. They have like tactical vests on. They just get up in their face and scream at them, going like, "Bro, really? A child, bro? You're
Yeah.
here to meet a fucking child, bro?" But the way that you do it, it's so much more enlightening and entertaining.
Thank you.
I guess my question is, how do you approach these people with such levity and humor? And do you find it hard not to be angry at them?
Not really. I mean, you know, we live in a clown world, and I'm a honkler, bro. You know, I'm almost always in comedy mode, so it's just always funny to me. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. When I'm messaging these people, they say some very awful shit, and you know, sometimes I get a little upset about it and everything, and then I just have to. My coping mechanism is making jokes, so that's just how it's got to be. That's the role I was given. So,
Did you ever get to find out what was under that gigantic hat?
Obviously not a big brain. This guy's stupid as fuck.
that'd be crazy if that was just like a tightly fitting hat, and that was his actual head.
He's just a mega mind.
Yeah.
He's ascended beyond the age of consent with his massive brain.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Oh, look, I also have a suggestion for future episodes of this show.
Okay.
Have you considered giving them, you know, in the spirit of game shows, like a lifeline? If they're having a hard time answering a question, they're in a fight for their life right now. They'll do anything. So they can call somebody up and say, "Hey, I need an answer to this question," but they have to disclose that they're on a pedophile game show. They have to say what they've done.
That is one of the rules of the game show already. So it just hasn't come up until episode 5 when someone actually did try to use it, but he didn't know that he had to explain the entire situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Can I call my mom?" And I was like, "Yeah, but you had to explain the entire situation." And he was like on the verge of tears, like, "Why?" And I was like, "What the fuck do you think, you fucking idiot? You're here to fuck a kid." But yeah, that is already in the books. That's one of the rules.
Well, see, you're obviously a smart guy. You know, what am I doing telling you how to do your job? I look like a fucking idiot right now.
Oh, you're chilling, bro. You're chilling.
And Looking at your channel, I've noticed, you said you're at episode 5, but I could only find one episode. Have the rest been removed?
So episode 3 got removed because the guy was retarded and
like a legitimate retard?
Like literally retarded, yeah. He had part of his brain removed. Sadly, it wasn't the part of his brain that wants to fuck children. And sadly,
was it John Fetterman?
Dude. Yeah, man, this guy was he was fucking full on retard, and YouTube's filled with a bunch of faggots, so they removed it. And episode 2, I took down for the out of respect for the family. Because the contestant number 2, as he will be referred to forever, blew his fucking brains out. So
would your respect for the family ever be dissuaded by any amount of cash I could possibly provide you?
Well, if they were to sue me for wrongful death or anything like that, then I will be making an entire documentary about him, about contestant number 2, and I will definitely make sure that they regret.
That's something. It sounds like that's something that you'd kind of want to happen.
I mean, it would be hilarious. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't want the legal burden that would come with it, but
the bid only goes so far when you have to take years of your life to go through a bunch of court shit.
The legal burden of having to argue, against what that you made him reflect upon his own conscience.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's. It is what it is, man. I mean, I just exposed something that he was already doing, and he had a wife and kids, so they didn't know. I believe they were probably Mormon based off of, where I'm living in Utah.
That's right.
So I imagine that the family had no idea, and, the wife didn't know her husband was cheating, let alone cheating with children.
Yeah.
That's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
It really is. And you didn't tell this guy to kill himself, did you? He did it of his own recognizance?
No, I actually didn't get to say a single word to him. He fled in his vehicle in reverse.
As soon he didn't. Did he get out of the vehicle at all? Was it
no, he didn't get out.
Okay.
I told him I was a 15-year-old girl, and I was like, yeah, come inside, buy my snacks for me. And he's like, I can see the door. So I just got out of my car and just walked over to the front of his and had my camera guy film, and then he backed up, floored it in reverse, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man, this guy. So
these fucking people. Now, you're 2 episodes into your show. And then one of the contestants of your epic game show ends up doming himself. How do you feel about the fact that it took Chris Hansen years to accomplish this feat, and it took you only 2 episodes? I mean, that's a grind set if I've ever heard one, brother.
I don't know how to feel about it, man. It's pretty heavy. I did have to take 2 days of just self-reflection before I could film another episode. And then I immediately, after 2 days, I was like, all right, we got more. Let's go get them.
Self-reflection as in you looked in the mirror and gave yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I just thinking about, getting a teardrop tattoo or... Maybe filming me playing the Newly Dead game.
Dude, if you ever go to jail, you're gonna be a hero, man. Nobody's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah,
you'll be running the Aryans in no time, brother.
Oh yeah. I'll start running the Aryans. Yeah, that'll be the first time that I've
a new experience indeed. So was it just that one guy who ran or refused to participate? You said you have a pretty good rate of keeping these guys around.
Yeah. So of the 5 people that I've done this with, 4 have played the game.
4 and 5 pedophiles find Collin Shumaker very approachable.
Yeah, and then the other one blew his brains out. So I mean, it's pretty good odds. I mean, it's not bad.
Well, look, man, not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone vibes with everyone, but clearly you're very inviting. You're not super physically imposing. You're charming to them, and it draws them in. They think to themselves, "This guy is giving me a shot, to get away with this horrible crime." Now, do you end up calling the police on them even if they win the game?
Yeah, of course. yeah. They're still getting reported.
Super sick.
They're still getting reported. The cops actually think it's funny too.
That is. Of course they do. What rational person would not look at this and find it hilarious?
It is a golden idea. I upon watching this video, and I'll be watching more videos in the coming days as they trickle out.
Yeah.
I think to myself, and now look, I'm not a pedophile. I would never be put in this situation. I would never go to meet a child. But when you see these guys doing this, you think to yourself, how would I get away with this? It was the same thing when I watched To Catch a Predator. I thought to myself, if I was one of these shitbags,
how would I escape this house surrounded by police?
How would I get away with this? It's kind of like when you see a mass shooter and they only rack up like 3 bodies, and you think to yourself, I could do better. What's this guy doing? I could do better than this. And after I racked my massive brain, tried to come to a conclusion, I came up with this. And, as a premier pedophile hunter, breaking into the game, making waves, I want to get some input about how you think that this would go, if it would work, and again, I'm not trying to give these people advice. If somebody does this,
he just wants to know if he's kind of out of his league.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I guess I'll lay it down like this. What if you're one of these guys and you just show up to, the situation with a bunch of Chris Hansen merchandise? They got a t-shirt, they have a box set of DVDs, they've established like a To Catch a Predator fan club. Like, this is the guy who loves Chris Hansen, maybe a little too much. And then when you get asked to take a seat, instead of getting that like look of worry and panic, instead of getting anxious, your face just lights up and you say, "Oh my God, Chris, I'm your biggest fan. It's happening. Hey, can you sign this, bro? Can you sign this?"
You're like,
I love all.
You're like, "I've been fucking kids for years, just hoping to see you." I knew I'd find you eventually. Golly.
I had to run away from like 4 unattended children before this actually worked out. This has been a lot of work, man.
That's very creative. I can only imagine Chris Hansen's reaction to that.
Well, even if, someone runs into you with that, they could just be like, "Dude, like, I thought you were going to be Chris Hansen. Who are you? What is this? You're not Chris Hansen. God damn it. Like, would you let that guy leave? Would you call the police?"
Yeah, I'm still calling the police on him.
Damn it.
Yeah, they got to get the cops involved no matter what. Typically the police just have like an email for me to send the evidence over to. So yeah, I mean, I'm sending it either way, even if they're a fan of the NewlyPed Game.
Ryan, I just had the thought. This is one of the few instances where we can legitimately say that these people are being punished for the crime of loving too much.
Yes, dude. You can also get away with saying anything to a pedophile.
Yeah, that's true.
I called the retarded pedophile a retarded pedophile to his face. I was like, "You're a retarded gay pedophile."
This man's just out here living my dream. Like, if I could,
did he agree with you?
Dude, that motherfucker. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember what he said in response to that.
God.
And look, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you may be retarded, but you're still like a danger to society. And if anything, you would not know the limit of where to. You wouldn't be gentle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd use that retard strength on a kid. That's even worse than being a normal pedophile, probably.
Well, I hear all about this retard strength, but I've also heard about retard dicks, and I got plenty of pictures of his cock, and his shit was tiny as fuck. So it kind of made me lose faith in the retard strength.
Yeah, it's misinformation that's put out by Big Retard, trying to bolster their chances. They're down bad. They're down bad. They got to get what they can.
Yeah, he was a real look at the rabbits situation, though. You know what I'm talking about? Look at the rabbits, Lenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by I mean no, I don't get that reference, but that's
it's
okay.
from a book that you were supposed to read in 7th grade.
What the fuck, dude? You never read Of Mice and Men? You're the retard, bro. What the fuck?
Yes, I am. I am a based retard, but look, the reason I didn't read that book is because I was too busy reading the Bible. I'm not letting these groomers in school when I was a kid force me to read Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Well, I was too ascended for that.
Yeah, those groomers. you read the Bible instead with like the most horrific shit. Fucking Sodom and Gomorrah, where they're like fucking.
Well, as long as it was his choice. Like as a child, it's not grooming as long as it's their choice.
Oh yeah, I forget. I always forget.
As long as the child makes that choice.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Micah, do you have any other questions regarding this? Regarding this game show?
Where do we find the other available episodes, or have they not been uploaded yet? Or are they going to be soon, or what is?
So right now on Rumble, you can watch episode 1 and 3. As soon as I'm done with this podcast, episode 4 is already up on TikTok, Instagram, whatever. I'm going to be putting up episode 4 on that, and then I'm editing episode 5 probably this weekend, and hopefully we'll have that up this week.
All right, I'm sure we'll all be on the lookout for that. Do you have any future updates? Anything that you're thinking of putting in there, or do you want to keep that as a surprise?
Well, I am thinking of doing the Pet Olympics, and we'll have like a group of these pedophiles that have to like compete, and the loser gets the police called on them. And we'll do like a greyhound race with them, but instead of like the rabbit on the track, that they had to chase after, it'll be just like a doll of a kid they're running after.
You could like get a picture of Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone, and then make everybody take Viagra, and whoever pops one first, they lose.
Yeah, I like that. Oh my god. Jesus.
Well, look.
It'd be funny if I lost as the host.
They call the police. This guy is extorting us and entrapping us.
Well, it takes a good pedophile to take down a bad pedophile. This is true. This is commonly known. This isn't the only bad thing. These pedophiles. That's not the only bad thing that's happening to children across our nation this week. We also have the female to male trans shooter.
Male to female.
Was it male to female?
No. It was female to male.
No, that was male to female.
I'm like
get shit on, Orion.
Yeah,
I am like
get fucking
90%
out. Get
sure.
sourced. Get sourced.
Dog. How fucking? Come on, bro. What the fuck? You think a girl is going to be able to hit any targets?
I'll tell you why they're able to. It's because they take testosterone. Women are the most evil beings on the planet.
Ain't no fucking way.
Imbued with Satan's dark magic, and God comes down and he says, how are we going to fix this? I know. We won't give them testosterone, right? We won't let them have access to this testosterone that makes it so that you can make good decisions, be smart, be ripped, be handsome, and be capable. And so scientists, these mad scientists with their fucking lab coats and Rick Sanchez hair, have concocted this deadly chemical that they inject into these women, artificial testosterone, that gives them the capability to do these things, my friend.
Nope, this was a male to female. On God, dog.
You have a source?
No, I have a brain. I'm not fucking retarded.
Sorry for dabbing on you earlier, Ryan. He doesn't have a source.
Yeah, we're a facts and logic based show here. Yeah. If you don't have a source, then I don't. But anyway, we're just gonna continue on with this.
It doesn't really
trans
matter.
people. It doesn't matter because they're all amorphous blob people anyway. They've eschewed any sort of identity. Like it is what it is. They are what they are, right?
Mm-hmm. For the purpose of the discussion.
Well, I mean, that's kind of part of the thing is like, there's they've kind of inverted reality. So it's at the point where we don't even know what they were originally, because some news articles will call it a female, some news articles will call it a male. But based off of the fact that CNN said a female student shot these people,
that's a good point.
That makes
but
what
if Fox News also said that?
Fuck, dude, I don't know.
Does that counteract? Does that cancel it out and make it ambiguous again?
What's Alex Jones say? That's the important thing.
That's true.
That is the important thing.
That's
I've
true.
actually, my InfoWars diet has been very scarce lately, which is probably why, I don't have the facts and logic and the sources to back up my claim that it was a female to male. But
yeah, I don't either.
It's neither here nor there.
it's neither here nor there. Pretty sure I'm right. I'm always right. But look. Now, normally, this shooting occurred at an elementary school in Tennessee. And normally, we're Americans. That's a normal Tuesday here in America. It's not newsworthy.
Yeah, that's apple pie.
That's
apple pie.
School shootings and apple pie.
With whipped cream on top.
Yeah.
Okay, there's nothing weird there. But this one, it comes with the twist that it was a tranny. Oh God, it was a tranny. A tranny. So now we're subjected to, a week of the stupidest people you've ever seen fighting about it, making bold declarations, and in doing that instead of ignoring those stupid dead kids, as we all should. Instead of doing that, we're fighting about 0.001% of the population again.
Yeah, it's the epitome of this obnoxious outrage, and it's always directed at a shooting happens, and the first thing that happens following that shooting is they look at the shooter, they assess their identity, and then whichever wingcuck thinks that's going to elevate their point is like, oh well, look at that guy, look at him, he's brown, or that's a right winger, that's a left winger, or it's a tranny.
Yeah,
and they do it without any sort of ability to self-reflect on the fact that one of their guys is going to do it next week too.
Yeah,
this doesn't exist in a vacuum.
It's it's like a sick, twisted King of the Hill. Where the hill is school shootings.
The hill is made of dead children.
Yeah, the hill.
And right now,
God damn it, Bobby! God damn it, Bobby! You shot up your school. God damn it, Bobby!
Sorry, Dad.
Dad.
Hey, look, it's one of those situations where all of a sudden the rightoids, they've had a complete 180 on red flag laws. They've had a come to Jesus moment. And so I have a source to back this up. I have a source, a post from Twitter from Ian Miles Cheong,
who's an
Elon
Asian.
Ball Liquor, Asian, yeah, a fucking Asian, and he says the following.
I eat dogs. I like eating dogs.
Ian Miles Cheong says, mentally ill people, strong suicider, and murderous ideation should not have access to firearm. I will die on this hair. That's his little nugget of wisdom.
That's an actual audio recording from Ian that we were able to that we were able to source and play for you just now.
Holy shit.
He did an audiobook of his tweet, right? And you might think to yourself, that's just one slow-petted Malaysian, That's just his thought on the matter. It's not indicative of a larger shift of the right wing to all of a sudden, condone red flag laws. But it goes farther than that, my Grillas. It goes farther. We also have a Twitter poll, and this is a beacon of information that should be held up to the highest respect. We have a Twitter poll conducted by balding beanie enthusiast Tim Pool, and it states the following. If you suffer from a mental disorder with a high rate of self-harm, should you be banned from owning a gun? And here we have, with a total of 107,000 votes, 61.9% saying yes, and 18.7% saying no, with about 20% just wanting to see the results, which that's the way you should vote on polls. I don't have a dog in this fight.
But that's not how you voted. You voted no.
Oh no, I just took that screenshot from someone else. I didn't vote on it.
Oh, okay.
I would never do something as cringe as voting, whether it's in the ballot box or on Twitter. I make my opinions known by screaming them into a microphone, my friend.
Fair enough.
And, I look at this, I see at the rightoids, people who are ardently for the Second Amendment. We care about guns, which we all should. They're important to have, but it serves as a stark reminder that these wing cucks, they have no core principles. They have no real values.
Well, that's the funny thing is if you took this, it's very cleverly worded. You know, it sets all the details out on the table. You know, like Christmas presents for these, like, you know, lumpy-brained conservatives to unwrap and understand. But if you reworded this and just said, should the government ever ban someone's right to a firearm, you'd probably see the no jump up to 60%.
Yeah.
And it's how you can use word games to really trick people into supporting specifically these wing cucks, into supporting whatever narrative you want to push. Like I thought we all agreed that we don't care about dead children.
Yes.
I thought we had all come to that conclusion,
Years ago.
shook hands on it, and said, you know what? I really like blowing shit up in my backyard. Like, fuck those kids.
Yeah, there's more
Sorry,
important
guys.
issues facing our country at any given time.
Exactly. And these people turning on a dime when these red flag laws are no longer targeted at anti-vaxxers or preppers or what have you. And the reason that they're doing this is because the wing cuck is led by fear. They have algorithmically induced autism where they're programmed to feel fear and to be afraid. And if somebody can offer them a solution for that fear, they'll take it in a second. And so I want to play a video that's going to show you, you know, how these people reached this conclusion, how they decided that actually red flag laws are based. All right, and here we go. Here's this beautiful, valid woman.
Pinko Scum
What?
says.
Pinko Scum, beautiful, valid woman saying, while advocating just for trans people to arm themselves is not any kind of a solution to the genocide we are facing. The genocide, people, the genocide. I do want to say that if you transphobes do try to come for me, I'm taking no prisoners. This strikes fear into the heart of the cuckservative.
Genocide. The self-induced genocide. Whoa.
Dude,
Oh man, I was really hoping that he was going to turn it on himself.
Well, you know, there's a pretty good chance that that'll happen in the future.
Yeah, right after posting that video, he probably did it.
Probably. And, you know, obviously he used that gun very poorly. There's no reason to rack it 3 times. He has no idea what he's doing, but these people say, like, the right-wingers, they try and push this narrative. We're not homophobes or transphobes.
I am.
We aren't scared of them. And that's an understandable position that I won't condemn you for, my friend. But a 12-second video of a guy who cut his own dick off. This guy cut his own penis off.
Yeah.
Okay? A 12-second video of him holding a gun is enough to make Ian Miles Cheong Asian or balding beanie enthusiast Tim Pool do a complete 180 on the Bill of Rights, on
Right.
the founding fathers, the very foundation of their ideology. A 12-second video can make them completely reverse course.
To be fair though, for Tim Pool, he just put up the poll. Did he come out and say that he's for the red flag laws? Or did he just do that
I think
poll?
by the way that he worded it, he was hoping that people would vote in that way. It's like a confirmation bias type of thing.
Yeah, I do agree. The way it was worded was kind of like a loaded question, but he could have been doing that maybe to prove a point, you know. But I don't know what
That
his
he's
position
gay?
on it.
And the wing cuck?
That's the thing, is that you're being very charitable, and that's something I respect about you.
You are a very
know,
charitable man.
You're charitable not only to the pedophiles, but to Tim Pool. But we aren't charitable to Tim Pool.
Well,
you know,
listen,
we'll
I'm-
take him out of context. We'll argue in bad faith to take him down because much like the trans people, we're experiencing a genocide.
Well, look,
They're trying to kill us.
My contestant number 2 is a huge fan of Tim Pool, so you know, he said it multiple times. So
Did he really?
Yeah. I love Tim Pool. I was thinking about titling the video originally, Tim Pool fan shows up to meet a child for sex. But yeah, and then he also loved Steven Crowder, and Crowder and Steven Crowder posted one of my videos on his website.
Oh my God.
So I reached out because I was like, how funny would it be if I went on and exposed this pedophile in front of to the guy that he admires? That'd be so fucking funny. But then he blew his brains out, so I couldn't do it.
Well, he probably blew his brains out after, Steven Crowder interacted with your videos. He was probably like, no, my hero.
Yeah. Dude. Yes.
It's kind of interesting, too, the kind of like double think there, because like Tim Pool and Steven Crowder, they're always talking about like the groomers. How it's almost like a little bit of hidden desire amongst. I would say that guy probably represents 90% of his fans.
That's a fair estimate.
I think that's a good faith estimate.
A conservative estimate, really.
All Tim Pool fans are pedophiles.
Tim Pool defiles. Yes.
Yeah.
That's their game, unfortunately. But I guess that's all I really have to rant about with the trans shooter. I don't know. Am I the only one who's just sick of hearing about trannies like 24 hours a day for the rest of my life?
Well, I think that we've been hearing about it so much, and it felt like people were finally like, all right, we're done with this. This is gay. And then they just started shooting. It's like they set them off so that they could be back in the news. Like, all right, how do we get trannies back in the news somehow? I know, school shootings.
Well, that's the thing too. Like the trans people, the number one thing that they need is attention. They thrive off of it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the name of their game, right? So when they start being deprived of that attention, it's like, well, what can I do to be back in the limelight? What can I do to be seen yet again? To have people talk about me all the time, forever.
Yeah, shaking my ass in front of a child just wasn't enough. It wasn't cutting it.
No. You gotta
step it up a notch.
Yeah, go one step further. I am excited to catch a trans person in my game show, though, because that will be very fun.
Brother, I'm telling you got to start baiting them over Discord. That's their pool. That's where they hang out.
I have to wait till I'm at like season 5 to catch a trans person, because I will be arrested immediately after doing it. I will be arrested or shot for doing that.
The cops will show up. They'll be like, put your hands up. And then like the tranny puts their hands up and they shoot you.
Yeah.
He had a gun.
Yes, which I do. I do always carry a gun with me for these.
Yeah, that's probably the smart way to go. These people are unpredictable. But what's lucky about, like, from watching To Catch a Predator and from watching your show, what's kind of lucky about it is that these people are retarded. They have to be stupid enough to believe that a 13-year-old wants them, even though they're 50, balding, poor, fat
as fuck, dude. They're just like these fat fucking ogres. They look like fucking ghouls. And then they have like this fucking, because I mean, I'm using like so I'll use pictures of me as a child, which is like, I don't know, whatever. But then I also will pull pictures from like Google Images of people who are 18, 19, and I'll just say that I'm 15. And it's like, dog, you think this motherfucking bitch would be into you? Are you fucking crazy? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, bro? Like, I'll pull supermodels. Yeah, exactly.
You'll pull supermodels?
Dude, I'll pull supermodels and just put them up on, and I'll be like, I'm 14, and they'll be like, oh wow,
hell yeah,
like,
brother.
Can I come over? Dude, what the fuck? They're so dumb.
They'll just be looking at it like, damn, if she's 14, I'm 14. Let's fucking go, baby.
Yeah.
And then they're surprised. Like, they honestly seem surprised when it didn't shake out the way they thought it would. And they were like, would someone just lie on the internet? I can't believe this.
Oh my God. Oh, why would someone lie to get me to show up? No, that couldn't be it.
No,
it was just too good to be true.
It's definitely a 14-year-old that wants to fuck me, so.
Oh, I can't blame a guy for shooting for the skies, right?
Yeah, hey. Aim high, right?
You gotta take what you want. Like, no one's gonna give it to you. But No, yeah, fuck them. Yeah, one more suggestion. You should definitely use like a picture of yourself as a child, but use like the gender bending filter so that you look like a girl.
Oh my
Bait them
god,
with
dude.
that.
Oh my god. Well, I kind of looked like a fag when I was young, so it works.
Yeah, some things never change, right, buddy?
Heyo. Just a couple guys fucking around.
Just a couple guys goofing on each other. Yep, definitely not trying to deflect from the fact that I'm secretly homosexual. We're all just goofing on each other. Yep.
I would never do that.
No, sir.
Nope.
Well, I think we're gonna about wrap it up. Colin, thank you for coming on the show. It's been a real fun time.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was awesome.
Can you plug your stuff? We're going to have your stuff obviously linked, but, just shout your name out so the gorillas can make their way over to your great content.
Yeah, so Collin Shumaker, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Just search my name. It's the same logo for everything. It's just my fucking dumb face looking retarded and purple background. It's on Rumble. It's on whatever the fuck. Anything that you have, it's probably on there.
All right, and we'll have links in the description for everyone there. And with that, I'm just gonna really quickly shill our Gumroad channel, the grillcast.gumroad.com, where we've recently uploaded centrist life tips. These are tips to get you, the big-brained viewer, through your day, to help you navigate the world that so desperately wishes to crush you, just for the crime of being more handsome, smart, appealing generally. Just for that crime, they want to take you down, and we want to help you. And being not gay, of course, as all of us radical centrists are. Colin, thank you for coming on. And with that, peace out, my Grilla.
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said I'm zooming. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I just spell that rumor. Hit that victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. Just keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.